Hello YouTube, Henry here. Well, as the title would suggest, this is reasons why I've switched from Windows Phone 8 to Android. Now, before we get started, let's see. Right, I got the Windows Phone 7 handset, the HTC HD7. I got that in August 2011, and I fell in love with it. It was a brilliant handset. I mean, granted, people had problems with it. I did not have one. Well, correct that. Every now and again, I would have had to hard reset my phone back to factory settings because it either generated problems with the apps or some sort of issues. And then there was HTC's Media Connected app, which allowed me to stream media, pictures, music and video from the handset to a DLNA compatible device. So this would be an Xbox 360, a PlayStation 3, sorry, or quite possibly DLNA smart TVs, which, to think of it, most TVs these days that are pretty much smart TVs have DLNA hardware in them. So with HTC's Media Connected app, I was able to stream. Then there was Microsoft's PhotoSynth app, which allowed me to do the 360 view panorama, or panoramas, I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I was able to do that, and it was there was a couple of apps there that were not transferred over to Windows Phone 8. When, excuse me, me nose. When Windows Phone 8 came out, it was stated that there'd be quite a few apps. What was never really said is quite a lot of the apps that you could get on Windows Phone 7 you could not get on Windows Phone 8. Now, why HTC did not put in the Media Connected app onto Windows Phone 8 beats me. It's like a step back, really. So unlike the Windows Phone, my HD7, my 8X could not stream pictures, music and videos to my Xbox from the handset. I mean, why? I mean, you could do it with the old phone. Why can't you do it with the new one? Yeah, so they removed it. Now, as I say, I don't know. I'm not sure about the Nokia Lumia handsets, because Nokia is not the same as HTC. They have a lot of exclusive apps on Windows Phone on both 7 and 8, and I think their Play 2 app that they had on the 7 devices, they've updated to 8. I'm not 100% sure, because I've never tested the Lumia handsets. Yeah, and PhotoSynth, last time I checked on windowsphoneCentral.com, I think that was sometime back in the middle of January, they said that excuse me, YouTube. It was a couple of weeks away, and we're now in the 1st of March, and as far as I know, photosynth still isn't out. So there's another step back. You cannot take 360 views. You cannot stream media from your handset to your DLNA compatible device. And I think, in a way, the SkyDrive app is a step back as well. Now, on Windows Phone 7, on my HD 7, I used to be able to sync the camera roll to SkyDrive, and only the camera roll. I mean, when you get pictures sent to you through apps like WhatsApp, they get saved in a folder called saved folder, and that that folder never got synced with SkyDrive. So that means when my brother sent me pictures of the kids on their birthdays or Christmas, they would not get synced. But on Windows Phone 8 and the SkyDrive app, everything gets uploaded to SkyDrive, whether it's the camera roll or the saved folder or everything like that. And I don't know about yous. I don't know if you like to have your saved folder synced, your camera roll synced, but I would have preferred the saved folder to be kept separate and only uploaded if I chose to upload it. I mean, there was a few other problems. I can't really remember what they are now. I mean, the 8X was a nice little handset, and the picture quality was good, including the kids corner and things like that, but it just came to a point where the things I was wanting to do, I couldn't do anymore. So in the end, I had to get rid of it. And what I got in return, Android, well, I don't know. I like it. I don't know if many people really have these now, because they're all getting the newer ones. Like, granted, this only came out in the middle of last year, but people are going for things like the Nexus. I've forgotten what they're called. Okay, the Nexus phones. I can't remember what they're called, and possibly the new BlackBerry Z10, I think it is, and obviously the iPhone 5s. And although I'm new to Android, I've never used an Android handset before, and I thought, well, I'll get this. So my new one is the Samsung Galaxy S3, and there we have it. Sorry about the camera quality. I'm using the Xbox 360 Vision Cam, which anybody who's used to 360s and the Vision Cams know that they're not very good, and especially considering they're outdated. And yes, as I say, I'm new to Android, and I am liking the Galaxy S3. Sorry. Yeah, I'm still finding it a little hard to get used to the layout. I mean, with the Windows Phone 7 and 8, you just scrolled up and down and to the right for the menus. Excuse me. Yeah, for the menus. And with Android, you've got to go swipe along for the various apps and games and stuff. I mean, the specs on the 8X were good for Windows phones. I mean, it was a dual-core Snapdragon, and 1 gig of RAM. And from what I know about the Galaxy S3, I think it's a quad-core, isn't it? A quad-core 1.2 gigahertz and 1 gigabyte of RAM. You'd think with phones like that, they'd have probably more RAM to match the processors. But yeah, I found quite a few apps on that already. I mean, I can stream stuff from my phone to my Xbox 360 because I don't have a smart TV. The TV I've got is good enough for me. And the Xbox does everything I've needed to do. So yeah, so the phone can stream me the pictures of my 8-year-old daughter. I've viewed videos I've taken, and I can even stream my music collection that's on my phone. So yeah, I mean, as I say, Windows Phone 7, you were able to do it, and with Windows Phone 8 you couldn't. And I've just thought of something else. With Windows Phone 7, with the HD 7 specifically, see, with Windows Phone 7 and you can see lines on my head. Sorry, I have eczema, so just forgive the lines. With Windows Phone 7, all the handsets did not have upgradable memory, so therefore you were stuck with pretty much 16 gigabytes throughout all models, apart from Nokia's lower end models. I think it was the 610, Lumia 610, which had less than 16 gig. I think it had either 4 or 8 gigabytes of memory that could not be upgraded. So yeah, so I'll give you an example anyway. I had over 600 5 megapixel pictures on that phone. I had at least, I think, 6 music albums at about 128 KB. Is it KB? Oh, 128k bit rate, or KB, I don't know, bit rate. I think it's KB. Anyway, bit rate was 128, and so as I say, I had about 8 albums on them, 600 odd pictures. I had a couple of videos I'd taken of my 8-year-old, and I had a fair few apps, not get loads, but a few, and I had about 8 gigabytes left on that phone. Now with Windows Phone 7, Windows Phone 8, before I got rid of it, I had, I don't know, a fair few apps. Once again, not loads. I had a few more than what I did on the HD 7, but not by many. I think I had about 200 pictures, and I think about 3 music albums at 128 as well, and I only had about 3 or 4 gigabytes of memory left on a 16 gigabyte handset. Now the reason for this is uh, please correct me if I am wrong here, whoever uses Windows Phone 8 that's watching this. With the storage layout of Windows Phone 8, they give you they give you a whole, like, the size of your memory, your storage device, and then in the settings it gives you what memory's been used for what. So it'll give you so much for whatever you've got of music installed on. The same with pictures, the same with apps, the same with videos. And then you'll notice the one for OS, and then you'll notice one more saying other. Now, if I'm getting this right, the other is like a buffer sort of thing, where apps that require extra bits get stored in this other partition. So as I say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, please correct me. But yeah, so when I was downloading apps, extra bits were going to this other partition, and the other partition ended up being 4 gigabytes big. Now, as I say, with Windows Phone 7 you didn't have that, and as you know, with higher end phones, Windows Phone 8, they do not have expandable memory. Only the lower end ones like the Lumia 820, I think it is, and the other ones that are low end, they all have expandable SD memory. Now, another thing is, when I looked at the keynotes for Windows Phone 8 and things like that, I think it was false advertising, because I'm sure I remember them saying that Windows Phone 8 was gonna have expandable memory. So either someone lied or someone's got something wrong somewhere. But I do not remember them saying higher end models are gonna have no expandable memory and the lower ones will. Anyway, so yeah, apart from, and that was the other thing, the storage capacity. Now, with the Galaxy S3, one second, I'll find it, if I can find it, that is I've been messing on with this and taking so much storage. I mean, this I think's excellent. I mean, applications, I've got 1.34 gigabytes of applications at the moment, 12.55 megabytes of memory, 355 megabytes of music, ringtones and blah blah. I've got a couple albums put on. Miscellaneous files, whatever the hell that is 4.1 megabytes. It's leaving me with 8.98 gigabytes. I mean, bloody hell, that's awesome. Total space that I've got on this handset is 11.25 gigabytes. I think when I first started out on the Windows Phone 8, I think I only had about 9 gigabytes to use after because the OS takes up bloody fair bit. And then, obviously you're not going to be able to see it on the camera, but down the bottom here, it says SD, mount SD card. So yeah, that's great. That's another reason why I'm actually quite glad I did change. I mean, going from a high-end phone that doesn't have upgradable memory to another high-end phone that has decent storage capacity and upgradable storage. What more could you ask for? I'm not sure if there's much more now, so I'll do a quick recap. Okay, Windows Phone 7 had a couple of decent apps, DLNA enabled streaming. Well, HD7 had DLNA capable streaming, and the storage on a 16GB model was good. Windows Phone 8X not able to stream to DLNA compatible devices because HTC's media connected app is not on the phone. Storage is atrocious. You can't do a lot with 16GB on Windows Phone 8. And as I say, the Photo Synth app has not been updated from Windows Phone 7 to Windows Phone 8. Now with the Samsung Galaxy S3, which I've changed to, is granted it's Android and I'm new to Android. I've never used an Android phone before. I've installed quite a few apps, and a couple of games for my daughter to play on. I've installed about 4 music albums. What the hell am I talking about? Loaded about 4 music albums on, and took a fair few pictures and videos, and I've still got a fair bit of memory left, and when I run out I can bloody update it with an SD card, and there I can add more. I don't know what Microsoft were actually thinking, because they should have just had upgradable memory on all Windows Phone 8 handsets. And there you go. Anyway, I think that's enough of me blabbering on about my switch over now. So please take the time to watch the whole video, and please like and subscribe. Sorry, I always get that wrong. Please like and share the video, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.